Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today you've got questions and I've got answers. They may not be good answers, but they're answers nonetheless. And let's fire away here. We got a question from Rick saying, I've got a slab that I bought from Heritage Auctions and it's really crusty. And he tried to clean it up and it's really crusty still. So couldn't see through it, badly scratched. Do you know if NGC offers a replacement for only the case, but otherwise leaves the coin as is? And of course, the correct answer is yes. NGC and PCGS both have a holder replacement service, and they range like 13 to 18 bucks, something like that. But the biggest thing on those are you're going to end up paying lots of other fees as far as shipping and stuff. So it looks like a really good deal at 13 bucks. But the way NGC and PCGS both work is that you have to put like submissions on one form. And on every form, you end up having a $10 charge for labor, and then you've got a shipping charge. So at a minimum, you're going to be paying another 25 bucks on top of your 13, plus you got to ship it there. So pretty soon, it's turning into a $50 item to get it reholdered. Just an FYI. You know, that's just all a part of how that works. So there we go. Next up, Andy says, does NGC have the same service where they don't cross coins over if it doesn't grade for the same or better? So this question was about, we had a crossover video where we put a bunch of soapbox coins together and sent them into PCGS to cross over. NGC also has a crossover service. So crossover service is when you send a coin in, it's already been certified by one company, you send it to a different company, they look at it, and if they agree with the grade or it's a higher grade, then they'll put it in their holder. Now you can actually set it for other settings, but that's I don't play with that, and we'll talk about that some other time here. But the point about this is that NGC does not cross over Annex coins or SEGs or any of these other companies. NGC will only cross over PCGS coins. I still find this completely fascinating because it doesn't serve NGC, in my opinion, in any way to only look at PCGS coins. In fact, it's almost like that they're promoting PCGS when they do that. So I find that to be kind of interesting. PCGS will look at coins in just about any holder, and if they think the grade matches or is higher, they will cross them over. All right. Okay. Oh, good question here from Coco saying, when you're visiting a coin shop, is it okay for you to do your own verification? Is it okay to do bring your own scale, do a ping test, magnet? Is it considered rude? Is it common to trade or haggle? You know, it sounds like Coco's from Africa. You can haggle a lot in Europe, he says also. So this could be its own video, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a short version. If you go into a shop and you want to do your own verification for stuff, just talk to them ahead of time about it. No ping test. You know, ping test is where you take the coin and you hit it and it makes noise or not. Now he's talking, I think, mostly about buying bullion. So that would be my guess. I do have a longtime customer. He brings in his own Omega machine. So he's actually has his own tester and he tests everything himself too. You know, and we're fine with it, but we have a long relationship and you know, no one's trying to do anything to anybody else here. Trust but verify. I think there's nothing wrong with this in general. It would be rude to probably just, you know, all of a sudden bring out this huge tester out of nowhere and kind of blindside somebody with it. They don't know it's coming. So, you know, that is a thing that I would just tell you, if you're dealing with a new store, you should probably go ahead and talk to the people first ahead of time. All right. Even rude. That's what you get for cracking soap boxes. Those are the coolest holders and by far the most underrated. Mistake to crack them out, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of the old Annex holders. I will say that the earlier ones are, in my opinion, clearly better. I mean, from what I can tell, the ones that look like they're in earlier holders seem to have a better grade to them. You know, a tougher grade. But that's just from my observations. I have had plenty of soapbox coins that were just accurately graded. Or you know, without gradeflation, maybe they were overgraded. I don't know. That's a whole other subject. But I do like the old soapbox holders. I like the condensed size. So there's the grade, and then there's the aesthetic. and both those things have their own thing going on there. All right, James. Let's see here. I noticed that none of the coins attempted to cross over to PCGS. Was it brought up to place a minimum grade 1 point below the current annex grade? Had that been done, wouldn't it be likely that many more coins would have crossed over? Okay, so this is getting back to the question that we're going to talk about a minute ago, which is, doesn't it make the coin more valuable in a PCGS holder? So you can cross coins over at any grade, but you know, it's a funny idea to me, because to me the term crossover actually means grade to grade or higher, which I know doesn't make sense to all y'all, but it's just the way my brain works. You can submit coins in the holders for another company and just say grade at any grade, as long as it's a straight grade. But that doesn't make sense to me, because usually what you're trying to do, value to value, is get a coin in a holder at that same grade level. Because usually someone has bought a coin at a certain price point already, right? And so they've decided this coin, we think it's worth this much money, but annex coins are oftentimes discounted, so we want to take that coin, maybe we spend $100 on it, but in a PCGS holder it's worth 150. We want to spend the money, you know, and try to get it in that holder and hopefully make a value change, right? My numbers were terrible examples there. So, but you know, the idea of just taking it and getting it in any grade, I would prefer usually in that instance to crack a coin out of the holder, because I feel like you're prejudicing them by showing them a coin that's already been graded. You know, it's kind of like tipping your hand when you're, you know, none of you play cards, but if you're playing cards, you know, tipping your hand to somebody, like letting them know what you already have. So there's a little bit of gamery in there, you know, the game is afoot. There's a little bit of that happens. So anyways, I would not generally cross coins over and try to downgrade the grade. All right. I will try to sell something. Oh, okay, talking about visiting coin shops again. Pratt3 says that he tries to sell them something. If they sell something for $15 and tell me mine is worth face value, I know they can't be trusted, and I walk. All right. So this is a weird one, because I know what you mean by that. Also not my favorite thing. And here's why. This is just from my perspective. Obviously, I try to explain to people that I still feel a lot like a coin collector, even though I have a shop, because I'm used to being on both sides of the counter. I remember very well lots of experiences from being on both sides. And also I deal with dealers plenty of times to where I'm still, in a way, when I'm dealing with them, I'm still the consumer, right? There's a thing there. So what's interesting about this comment to me is, in a way, this goes a little bit back to the whole, we don't want to take their time. You know, giving guys little, I call it like a gotcha test. Not a big fan. But I know where you're coming from, and what I want to say here is that you probably know what you have, and you probably know market conditions. Why I don't like this is because, from my perspective, I deal with so many people in the general public who don't know what they're doing, and so they'll bring in a coin that is worth face value. This rings so close to home. It's literally worth face value, but the internet has told them it's worth $20 or $100, and I'm the one who gets to tell them that the internet's wrong. Yay, right? So that's a part of having a coin shop. If you want to deal with the general public, then if you don't want to deal with the general public, then don't have a coin shop, right? But this is a real symptom of our society right now. People are less educated and more informed. So let that sink in for a little bit. They come in all the time with stuff that they think's worth $20 and it's worth face value. And so this is why obviously you sound like a coin collector and you're watching the channel, so you probably actually know these things. But man, those numbers just sound so close to what I see daily. And actually, lots of times they'll think they have something that's worth thousands of dollars. And it's the type of thing that you would look at and tell them, no, it's face value. So anyway, two things about that. I deal with it daily, so I got this little twitch factor when you asked the question. And also, the only other downside to that is that I don't think like it's a fair way to set up a relationship with somebody, to like give them a big test up front kind of thing. You know, there's, I think, other ways to tell if someone is really honest and just spend time with them. All right. Let's see. Monica says, was in Tucson, visited the store. Unfortunately, we missed you. Monica, I'm sorry I missed you. I will say this, this summer especially, but I'm going to be getting closer and closer to being kind of by appointment only, partially because I'm getting more shows, partially because I'm just trying to get caught up on stuff from 3 years ago. So, but I'm going to try to kind of reformat when and where I'm at. Maybe I'll get to very general store hours and just tell people, hey, I'm only on these 2 days or whatever. But that's a part of what's happening. So if any of you are coming to Tucson, please let me know ahead of time. I can't make any promises. You know, it's the summertime. People are traveling. When this video is being edited and published, it's summertime anyways. School is just getting out. And so I hope to meet people this summer. I hope some of you all come down. I am doing a couple shows, you know, coming up here. By the time you see this, maybe I already went to them, but, you know, my summer shows include, you know, the Texas show in Dallas, Arlington area, and Long Beach. So assuming that they accept my application, which is a big assumption. But also, yeah, just check and let me know, because I love meeting you guys. I have lots of people who just stop by, and it's always fun to meet them and say hi and visit with the people who walk in the door. But also do mention ahead of time, hey, I'm going to be in, are you going to be in on Thursday or whatever day it is? Because I would like to know. All right. AH says, having just started going to coin shops about a year ago, the most difficult part is figuring out a plan for what to buy before going in, especially because most shops don't list inventory on their website to know what's there ahead of time. Sometimes you show up, can't just walk in and have to be buzzed in through the front door. And often I'm the only person in the shop at the time, and the owner or worker is just staring at me. What are you interested in seeing? I don't know. Do you have something you collect? Not really. All right, so this actually has a lot of fun layers. This is going back to that video that we talked about when you first go to a coin shop and you're new to coin shops. What is like the etiquette and how do you handle yourself? There you go. All right. So the back half of the thing of his comment says, I don't really know what I want and all these things. That's the part where you got to know you, right? You got to say ahead of time, I know I'm looking for Morgan dollars. I know I'm looking for dollars. I know I want ancient coins. That's very helpful ahead of time. So having it narrowed down a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to say, you know, I want a VAM4, da 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 da. You just have to be able to say, okay, I have these general things that I collect. Most people come in the door and they're not looking for 14 different items or 400 different items. They're looking for something in between, right? So there's a little bit of a range there. As far as going into the shop and not knowing their inventory ahead of time, fair. Now we've got, you know, stuff that's online, and if it's posted online, it might not be in the store front. It might be in back somewhere. But also, you know, we have a lot of raw coins that are not online. And so I definitely feel you when it comes to that of not knowing what's here and what's not there. Sometimes, though, that's the fun part to me. Like going to a coin store or you know, a coin show and just looking through the trays and seeing like something will catch your eye, right? Now, once again, that's the opposite of having a plan when you wait for something to catch your eye. All right. Ned Flanders says, hi, ho, neighborino. Old Pueblo Coin, one of the very best. Okay, so I read that because of ego, but also because Ned Flanders watches the show. Who knew, folks? That's fantastic. Also, something to light you up a little bit. I just got these in. All right, so I use a light just like this lots of times when I'm doing my paper money videos, so you know that I can show through the paper and whatnot. Just got these in. These are fun. So these are going to be $7.99 on our website, $7.99 shipped. I'm hoping the engineer agrees with that. And also like $11.99 for 2 of them. So not too bad. But also, mostly I use this for paper money, but also if I'm in some place that's kind of dimly lit, it can be a little too bright for coins. You can see where you don't want to glow like that, but if you get them at a good distance, I've been to plenty of coin shows where the lighting was bad, and having some kind of a light is helpful. Anyways, hope to shine some light on the subject. All right, guys, as always, I appreciate the comments, questions, and everything else. Thanks so much for watching. I am Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.